Have you finally reached level 20 in Corepunk and now you have no clue what to do? Then I'm going to take you through a full guide of what to do for endgame content. First, let's go ahead and start with gearing. Gearing is probably the cornerstone of endgame. If you don't have any good gear, then you probably won't be able to do anything at all. So how can you gear up? The best way to gear up in Corepunk is to craft, as you will be needing overclocked gear. Gearing has 3 different tiers. Tier 1 has a level requirement between 1 to 9. Tier 2 requires 10 to 19, and Tier 3 requires being level 20. To be able to craft this Tier 3, you'll also be needing to get craftsmen in construction and weaponsmithing. I have a full professions guide on my YouTube channel to see what the best way to level those up are. Now let's talk about what overclocked gear is. In simple terms, it's just a stronger piece of gear with more stats. And how do you make overclocked gear? Simply go in to grab a recipe, heading over to the synthesis machine, put all the materials you need in for it, but instead of using the green gear it requires, replace that gear with purple. Then go ahead and craft it. This will make your gear overclocked. Okay, now since you know what overclocking is, let's talk about how to get the recipes for your gear. Most recipes can be bought from either the construction guy or the weaponsmithing guy for gold. And how do you get this gold? Well, it's pretty simple. As you played the game, you probably racked up a bunch of random junk items that you probably won't ever need. You can go ahead and sell all these stuff to make a pretty penny. But another way to make a lot of gold is to farm mobs. There's easy level 20 gnats on the map that you just go west up River Rise that you can go farm. The other best way to farm gold is spiders. They're all over River Rise, but if you're going to fight spiders, please don't ever fight the brown ones, especially if you are melee, until you are stronger, because the baby spiders have a deadly poison that will most likely kill you. Other farming methods include gathering. You can go ahead and gather a bunch of stuff, sell it for gold, or sell it on the market for a good price. There's also world bosses, but we'll talk about world bosses later. You can also buy recipes off of the market with ancient coin. To summarize all of this up, basically you need to craft your own gear so you can overclock it. Go ahead and buy these recipes off of the market or with gold. Making ults and getting 100% on all different professions will help out tremendously, so you don't have to go through and buy resources on the market. Basically, it's just all a big grind. Also, since we're in early access, I recommend going to try out every single class to at least level 10. Even some classes you enjoy to level 20, so you can get a feel for what you enjoy for launch. Another way to gear is quests. The steps quests that you unlock once you reach level 20. These are found in the desert north of the map. I would go through and I would try to complete as many of those as possible. Some of them are pretty hard and you will need a group for it, but other stuff is like a fetch and return quest that you won't be needing any help with. But pretty much your main goal is to always make your character stronger. But what if you don't want to go farm gear for hours on end? There's also stuff like arenas and battlegrounds that you can go through and do as well. You also get chests from each one you win, and you get some PvP, so it's pretty fun. Now let's move on to Prison Island. Prison Island unlocks at level 20. There's PvE and there's PvP. If you are a new player, I'd recommend to go buy PvE insurance keys from the banker and go in and try to learn the island. You can also buy dungeon key cards off of the market to make it harder and get better rewards. Once you reach PvE plus 9 key, that's when you get good loot. Bosses will also drop boss heads, which are another way to make your artifacts better. This will turn them into a corrupted artifact once you create it. To creating a corrupted artifact, you go through and you put everything for an overclocked item, but you just put the boss head in there as well, and this will make it even stronger. You can also go into PvP, Prison Island, but don't bring your best kit as you will lose this all if you die. You should also be under 700 gear score. I'm planning on dropping a full Prison Island guide, so stay tuned for that. Alright, let's move on to world bosses. World bosses are all over the map. You can see where the world bosses are by pressing the M key to open your map. These will probably all require a group to be able to go do. You can type in the area chat and say looking for good bosses and see if there's anybody to run it. And you can go through in the cog wheel, go to party finder, either create your own party or look for one there. You can also go through and max out every single crafting profession in the game and start crafting a bunch of stuff and making ancient coin or gold that way too. Corepunk is always adding more and more things to do in the game, so don't quit on them just yet. You can also go through and farm cosmetics or mounts, but early access is mainly a way of learning the game before full release, so make sure you're trying to always learn new stuff. Also, have fun, enjoy the game, go ahead and do whatever is fun to you. You don't need to go play the meta. I did also make a Discord for my community in a Corepunk guild for NA Central. I'll also be live almost every single day playing Corepunk, so come hang out. Feel free to leave any questions in the comments or in my Twitch, and I'll catch you on the next one.